Hi, and welcome to video number 2 of my 41 video challenges. Today, I've decided to talk about the mindset of an expatriate. And for those who don't know me, my name is Irene. I am a scientist by background. I've been doing sales for 8 years and I'm an entrepreneur with a passion for teaching and coaching. And I've decided to do this challenge where I'm going to prepare 41 videos to share my knowledge, my ideas, my learnings, and whatever has inspired me. So if you haven't seen the video number 1, I'll put the link down. And today, my topic it really touches me at heart because I have been an expatriate for how long now? Maybe 15 years. And this means I've been living abroad for a long time. It has not been continuous, but I've been living in different countries, and it feels different than being living always in the same place. And what has inspired me to do this video is that many times I hear people telling me, "Wow, Irene, you are so courageous. You are so brave to go out there." And when I heard those many times, I've been still wondering, why are they talking like this? What is the reason why they're telling me I'm brave? Because it was my decision, because it was my will to get out and discover the world. So I've been always being in a situation where I felt the place where I grew up wasn't offering the opportunities that I wanted to have. And for me, going out in a different place, in a different country has been, let me go and see what is out there. I want to see what other people experience, what is offered to them. And when I found out I could really go and study abroad, it was towards, I think it was 2004, and somebody I know told me she has been studying abroad, and she told me I could do the same thing, and nobody has ever told me, and it was my last year of university or almost there. So I went to the office, I called, I did everything I should have done to eventually get a sort of a studentship to go out and study abroad. And that was my first time living away from home. I went to Germany, and yes, it was I was happy, and then after I finished university, I still wanted to go abroad because I really enjoyed the experience in the university, meeting people from all over the world. That was the best thing for me, getting to understand somehow the different cultures, getting to understand that Italians, Spanish, Greek, and Turkish, we are really similar. And different from maybe North European. I didn't have much exposure, actually not at all, with Americans. And yes, I met different African students as well. Some of them were English speaking, some of them French speaking. And again, that warmth was closer to my culture compared to maybe North European cultures. Anyway, I was really enthusiastic about going out there and be doing a different life. The life as a student obviously is very different when you move abroad as a person who works. And I believe there are two categories of people. There are the people who go abroad, so they are expatriates because of a choice, which is determined by the willingness to find out new things and to see what is out there that their place doesn't offer. And number two, there are people who are must go out, those that were really attached to their home, their countryside, and I don't know, is it called countryside? Anyway, I hope you got me. And the country, their village, their towns, whatever it is, and they don't want to separate from their family. Now, don't get me wrong, I never wanted to separate from my family. My family is my pillar, my family is my foundation, is what really allows me to be abroad and never feel alone. Sorry, I'm becoming emotional. So, but we said these videos are about authenticity, right? So I will not catch it, I will not cancel it because I made a promise. So I never feel alone, and I never want to separate from them. They are really, really, really close to me, and how to say, and they give me strength. I mean, I feel so strong wherever I go, no matter where I am, even if I don't know anybody, I am still feeling good, I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling I can conquer the world, because as a foundation I have that love that my family is continuously giving me. So there are people, I was saying, that must go abroad or must change town or city because of mainly work. I know I have many friends of mine who are teachers, professors in schools, and unfortunately they can't get the job near their home, so they have to apply in areas where there are less teachers, and most of the times they have to move to a different city, mainly in the north of Italy, and there is a bit of a lifestyle difference between north and south of Italy. And some people go happily, some people stay there, marry there, and life continues. Some of them, they decide to go back home, and after so many years they get the stable position again back near their home. Some of them I hear saying, I'm so happy I'm back. Most of them, they say, I wish I never came back. So there are different things and contradictions in emotions that are always there when we are in this world and when we are allowed to travel, especially nowadays that it's very, very easy. So I was saying, I wanted to share with you some of the things that come into my mind when I think about traveling, and why I never thought I was brave to go out to a new country and start a life there. And by the way, everywhere I went, 95% of the times, I went to a place where I didn't know anyone. I didn't know one person, and I'm not scared. I just go and I say, okay, I will meet people. So one of the belief system that I have that allows me to travel with happiness and joy is that I will always find people that will help me. We all are human beings, okay? No matter the difference in culture, which can be big and can cause troubles, especially in relationships, but not big troubles. Anyway, that's a different story. But culture is different, can be different, but human emotions are the same. There was a time, a long time ago, I read an article, and there was this journalist who said that sentence that stuck in my head, and it became my motto. Everybody laughs and cries in the same way, no matter where you're from. If a mother gets a child, the joy of having a child, of course, if they want it, it's huge. Heartbreaking is the same anywhere in the world. If you are hungry and you are happy because you are eating a nice meal, it's the same. And now I'm giving very, very simple examples, but if somebody dies, we all suffer because of the loss of something, or mainly of a person. So everybody laughs and cries in the same way. So wherever I've been traveling to, I know that people can't be out there telling me, no, Irene, I can't help you, or who are you, you're a stranger, go away. If you ask for help because you need maybe to know where to buy something, or yes, mainly where to buy something, or where to open a bank account, or where what else do you do at the beginning? Where to find a place to rent if you haven't found a home yet? I mean, you ask. People will give you an answer, and if some people will not give you the answer you want, or they are not responsive to you, you just ask to others. You will always find people that will help you anywhere in the world, and we will also find friends anywhere in the world. And that's why I'm so lucky. I know people from so many places, and I know if I will give them a call, they will never say, no, Irene, let's not meet. And it's beautiful. So first belief, which I'm saying, is I will always find somebody who will help me. There is something which I feel I have, which is I trust people. I don't travel with the idea, oh, let me be careful, otherwise they'll steal my money, they will steal me. Because when you have that fear, you are in that vibration that attracts the things that are going to happen to you. So, of course, you have to be careful. I'm not saying you trust the world and everybody is happy and they will not steal from you, but it can happen. And to be honest, I had 2 very bad experiences here in Africa where they stole my money in my room, and they stole my very beautiful Canon 600D, for those who understand cameras, which was in my office. So this was not a really good thing. And anyway, we move forward, and I am more careful now to where I keep my things that are very important to me. Nevertheless, this mindset, or inside you that belief that people are not there necessarily to betray you or to do something back to you, makes you live in a better position, you are in a better place in your heart. Again, it doesn't mean that there are no people who want bad to you, especially if you are a bit more exposed, if you have certain roles that some people might be jealous about. But always use your heart, always be good with people, always understand what inside you feel is the right thing to do, and whatever is good will come back to you. And if some people behave badly to you, it remains to them. Always feel that you are doing the right thing. So be trustworthy. I mean, that this is something that comes with maybe childhood, because sometimes people are not trustworthy because of something that has happened to them in the past. But it works for me. And don't think bad about people. Every person behaves in a certain way because of a reason, and sometimes it might be difficult to understand what is the reason behind that behavior. And I'm sure the people who stole my camera, they needed money, and maybe they were hungry, or maybe they wanted to pay school fees or something like that. So somehow I let go of it, although it's still a bit painful, but because probably there were people that I was trusting. But nevertheless, I'm still positive, I'm still believing in the goodness of people, and that makes me feel light. You understand? Sometimes I even don't I forget to lock my door in where I live in the apartment, and And the day after I wake up, oh, I forgot, and that's it. And some people might feel, what? Did you forget the door? Aren't you scared? Of course, this is a bit, I mean, I'm protected. This is another belief I have. I am protected 100%. Wherever I go, I'm protected. So if I'm traveling, if I'm moving around, I know I'm protected. And and when you feel in that way, again, the vibration you emit is such that you don't attract bad things. Again, be careful. Don't walk in bad areas of the city. You know which one are the good ones, which one are the bad ones. I remember it was so beautiful when I was in Dublin. We would walk after midnight in the streets. There was nobody there, and it was so safe. And of course, this I could have never done in Sicily, where I come from, although it's pretty safe some in certain places, but not. I mean, I say so because I compare it with Africa. That's why it's beautiful to travel, and then you can understand really what everything, that everything is relative. So, Dublin, it was 2000 and when was it? 2008, something like that. Beautiful. We're walking on the streets in the night, and you know, nobody can come there to assault you. Nothing. It is purely safe. In here, you just have to be careful. And in Africa, where I am, I'm in Nairobi now, definitely I can't walk in the night on the street. I can get a Uber, absolutely, and I've always been fine, and I've always been protected, and nothing ever has happened to me. However, just no. I mean, use your mind, use your intelligence, and know what is safe and what is not safe. But no, at least this is what I do with myself. I am always protected. And another thing is I wrote some notes here, is that if you do feel a bit homesick, just know you came for opportunities. And there is always something different in this new place that you don't have back home. So what I've been doing is tuning it into the positives. What is here that I don't have home? So, for example, food is one of the main things that I really, really miss from my place. But of course, there is here something that I can't find in other places. For example, the mangoes, which are so sweet, papaya, especially the red one, I love it so much. What else is nice here? I love to see the sun set when I am in areas where I can see the sun, because from the city is a bit different. The color of the sun is so orange and so different compared to where I come from. In fact, the sun doesn't burn my face. It's only when I go to Italy that I get all these stains in my face. But here, no. Anyway, I don't know now what's the difference with the UV rays and so on. But what I'm just trying to say is what is good about the place where you are, that maybe when you leave you're gonna miss. So you better enjoy it now. There are natural places where you can go to. I remember, I mean, of course, here I went to the safari to see the wild animals, and I will do a video about it. Just focus also on the people that you meet, because I also believe that the people you meet, you don't meet by chance. There is a reason why they appear into your life. And some of them, they might be just for a few seconds or few minutes. Some of them, they play a very important role in your growth. Some of them, they challenge you. Some of them just have a really good time and you connect like immediately. And those people are in the same place as you so that you can perhaps spend some time together, and they won't be there forever for you. I remember in Ireland or in so many other places having certain flatmates. We had a great time together, and that time has gone, and maybe we have never met again since, but the time we had together was so nice, and so we were living in the present moment, and that's what really remains in your heart. So just know that there will be times where you will miss this, and so what can I enjoy about this now? What is the best I can get out of it? And to be honest, I've been doing a lot of this work because there has been for a long time I have not been happy in Nairobi, and I could only see the negatives, and the traffic and the dirt and the smell, and anyway, we said we tune into the positives. But so I decided to change my mindset and say, okay, what is good here? What are the opportunities here that I don't have back home? I remember also when I was living in the UK, I went there after I moved. I've been living in Ireland for over 3 years, and I can tell you the weather in Ireland and in England is pretty similar. I grew up in a place where the sun is always there, and going to those places and not seeing the sun for a long time, unfortunately, I have to say I'm a bit sun dependent. And when I went to Ireland, the first 2 months, it was raining, like for 60 days in a row, something like that. It was a record, and I got so shocked. So I got a job in England. I said, okay, it's a place of opportunities. Let me go to England. I have to overcome the weather thing. But when I was in England, I was exposed to so many activities that I was never exposed to in my place, and one of them was the 5 rhythm dance, which is a sort of meditative dance, which really has allowed me to heal a lot. It's something I miss. It's the thing that I miss from that place, from the UK. So if I wasn't there, I would have not been exposed to that. And UK, it's so plenty of activities. You can do so many things if you have money and if you have time, and you can tune in what you want. It's like you have an come si dice? Encyclopedia, that's what I mean. In the old times, you had this book where you could look for everything and find everything. Now there, anything you want, you can find. So when I was in the UK, I was tuning into that. So sometimes the weather was really bad, but I was ready to go with my bike to go to Oxford or to London to these classes, to meet my people who had the same mindset as me, and I have to say I had a lot of personal growth because of that. And then of course life continues. And moving to Africa was great because of the weather, especially in Uganda. Uganda has the best weather in the world. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. When it rains, it's not cold. People are warm, and so I was so happy. And then I could see people there. Everybody was smiling, and the kids, so many kids on the street, by the way. And I'm not used anymore to see so many kids, especially if you are from Italy. There are very few, and these kids are moving around. Hi, you, and they say how are you to say hi, and they're talking, and they say wow, there is life here, there is life. So everywhere I went, I could see the positive side of things. So these are the main things that help me moving. Moving around and living in different places, and probably there will be a time where I will stabilize in one place. But at the moment, I focus more on the opportunities, and for those who do feel homesick, and there are times where we do feel homesick, and sometimes are more often, sometimes less. Well, let it be. Let it be. If you are homesick, cry, write it down, write down what you miss, talk to your family. Don't suppress it, because it doesn't work. Let it go. Go through that being homesick, and the truth is, when we are homesick, we are missing the love of our dear people, and we are missing habits that we are used to do. For example, the first times I was getting homesick was on Sundays, where Sundays we are spending time together, we are eating together with the family, and yet you are there home alone. You have to cook for yourself. You even feel bored to cook, and you might be still hungry and eat a piece of bread or something like that will fill your stomach, and that's also bad. But I'm just saying that are habits that we are missing, and go through it, accept it, and move forward. And again, tune it into the positives, and tune back into the reason why you are out there. And the last thing that I wanted to share with you is one positive side of living abroad is that it will allow you to appreciate your place. It allows you to see your place from a different perspective, do things you have never done before. I remember I was part of this hiking club of University College Dublin. I bought my hiking shoes. Let's go hiking. I'd never gone hiking. I come from the beach. The only thing you do is go to the beach, at least when I grew up. And so let's go hiking. So I went back home. I said, why don't I go hiking? And my dad connected me to a person who was again, he was a foreign from Belgium, and he was going around the hills of my place. So we went to Mount Etna, and I'd never gone hiking. If I was keeping on being exposed only to my environment, probably I would have found out about hiking much later. And I'm just doing this example. When I was home recently it was April, I was walking with one of my dearest friend, Adlarico, and we were looking at the houses of my place, Roccalumera, and you never observe. Now you become an observer, and you start seeing different ways the houses were built. You see the ones which were older. So you go home and your eyes are different. So you appreciate better where you come from. You can see what is not working worse, and what I would say, when you travel and you live abroad, it is not easy, but definitely these eyes, the eyes that see the world, they see it in a different way because of that experience you went through. And of course, also your heart changes. It expands more, possibly. Hopefully doesn't harden up because of the bad experiences you had. But it all depends on perspective. So be brave if you feel like, to take the step and go out and try something new. You will come back home enriched. It will never be a loss, because you will be learning something that otherwise you would have never learned. So I conclude my video now. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for all the people who have encouraged me after they listened to video number 1. I'm so grateful, and I will keep going. I will keep going. I look forward to seeing you with video number 3 and sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for listening, and take care of yourself. Mwah. Ciao!